Yeah, when they have the cows, they cut these forests for cows mainly. You might hear about the Quakers. The Quakers came from Alabama, the United States, to Costa Rica, to Monteverde in that case, because they didn't want to participate to the army and all that stuff. So in Costa Rica, we have no army since 1948. And the best that the Quakers knew to do was to make cheese. So they started, there's a cheese factory close by. They start the cheese factory. So they need some pasture land. They need some cows. Well, that's when they cut these forests down. And they leave these trees for the cows, in case it rains too much, the cows can stay underneath, or in case it was too sunny, that the cows can stay here. So that tree is much older than the rest. So that tree can be around 300 years or maybe more. The rest are only 50 years. So you can see all looks pretty much smaller and pretty much the same size. So a little bit ahead from here is where we get into the primary. What you call in North America an old growth forest means never been cut up before. This is called zapote tree. It's a very hard wood. And it produces a very large fruit like this size, zapotes, and we can buy those fruits at the supermarkets and eat it.
Okay.
They're very sweet, very good fruits, zapote fruits. In Mexico, they grow a tree related to this one. They call it chiclet tree. Chiclet means chewing gum. So the first chewing gum people eat came from a zapote tree related to this one. In Mexico, they grow a lot of those chiclet trees commercially for the first chewing gum. As of right now, there's still a brand called Chiclets. That's because chiclet tree was there.
Oh, that's right.
So that was the first time they have chiclets from the sap of the tree. So this tree is related to that one. Chewing gum. That's your first time here down to this country, or been here before?
I've been here one other time,
My second.
Okay.
but I never hiked the trails before.
No. Okay. Mostly doing other activities though.
Yeah, last time I was here,
Working
I did a night hike instead of during the day.
Oh, did you? Okay. Well, it's a different experience. The nighttime is
Yes,
different.
yes, I never hiked these with that.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah, it was much more tarantula-y.
Yeah, insects, crickets, and walking sticks.
It definitely comes alive at night.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
Different things to see. So from here ahead, you can see the difference. Back, a lot more light. Ahead, it's darker. There's a biologist. She's from Washington State in the United States. She makes studies, a lot of studies in the cloud forest. She was specialized in what we call the canopy. And she's saying that more than 30% plants, insects, we don't know. There's a lot up on the trees because it's impossible to climb every single tree. One of her studies, more or less, she wants to know how many years it's going to take this secondary forest to look the way it was before, or to look like what we have in front of us. And she estimates on her studies that that part of the forest is going to take about 1,000 years to look similar the way it was before. And she's saying that after thousands of years later, maximum we get back from here is about 75%. That means there's 25% never come back again. So that's why biologists and scientists are so worried about keeping, protecting the primary forest, or the old growth forest, like you say, because that's the best way that the forest always naturally regenerates. Once we cut it down, on this case in the cloud forest, in other parts of the world might be more percentage, 25% never come back.
Wow.
If we do this in Guanacaste, in the north part of Costa Rica, which is very dry, it we might get back only about 50%, maybe less, if we cut it down. On this case, this is so close to the primary forest, and it was never used too much, like it never burned the land. And the lowlands they used before, not too much anymore. They burned, and when you burn, you kill so many microorganisms, you kill so many seeds, and never the same.
So slashing birds is not a good idea.
Exactly. So it takes longer. So now you can see, for example, that big tree here on the right side. You can see all the smaller trees with more moss. See, like these ones right here. If we squeeze them, we might get a lot of water out of it because there's a lot of water holding it, which is one of the main reasons why the trees are covered by so many plants. When we have no rain, just the clouds, because sometimes the clouds are right here, where we are. What these plants do is capture the water from the clouds, hold it, and then start dripping to the ground like a big water irrigation system, and everybody's happy. It's like a symbiotic relationship. I give you a place to stay on me, you give me water, and everybody's getting the water from the treetops. So that's how it works. All these moss is holding the water.
And isn't that a way to survive too if you're stuck in the jungle somewhere, to squeeze out the...
Well, it's true. Yeah, you squeeze it and you can drink water out of it.
Cut the vines.
The problem here in these upper mountains is to find food. There's no much food in these forests you can find, very little. You find a lot more in the lower lands, like I work some other places called Rincon de la Vieja National Park, for example, and I could take some fruits from the forest and give it to the people and taste it and eat it. Here, we cannot do that. There are very few fruits we can eat in
So
this forest.
if you were to be lost in the jungle here, what would you eat?
Like I'm saying, not too much.
Not too much.
Very few, maybe some harder palm. For some palms, you have to open the heart
Okay.
and eat the heart. Maybe
Eat the heart. So this palm right
like
here.
that type of palm.
You would
We
cut
could
that
eat-
open.
You cut the upper part, like this upper part. You open it and it's the soft, the tissue.
Yeah, any part.
Okay, gotcha.
Just a little part of it. Just the young new leaves that are inside there. And a few fruits, but not too much.
Not too much.
This is a very complicated forest. It's not a good forest to get lost.
Are
at
there,
all.
are there a lot of rodents, small mammals?
There's a lot of small mammals and there's a lot of large mammals as well.
There's a lot of large cats,
yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah. Here they have what they call trap cameras inside the forest, and they find, for example, cats like jaguars, the largest cat in America, and lots of pumas.
Lots of
is what you
pumas?
call cougars or mountain lions.
We have a lot of cougars and pumas where we live.
Okay,
No.
well, we do have a lot here.
That's a joke.
Well, some parts of the United States they have a lot.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
California.
they have some places where some pumas have been attacked some people,
Mountain bikers.
for example.
Yeah.
Here we never had any problems with those, but they are here. The trap cameras take a lot of pictures of these mammals.
Can you do nighttime tours? Is it
No.
hard to see them?
Well, I never see one.
No.
Yeah, you won't.
I only, in my 15 years doing night tours here, I only once saw a jaguar, the biggest cat.
Wow, that's crazy.
But I never see pumas. And the cameras I'm talking about, taking a lot of pictures of the pumas. The only thing I notice is when I go in with 8 people, I come out with 7 people. I don't know why. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, but they're here. I mean, the cameras
Yeah.
shows that all these cats are here.
So it wouldn't
Just
be.
that they're more shy. Probably they come around, but they keep most of the time farted in.
Well,
Well,
it's also
nobody
it's
goes.
also a good way to survive too.
Plus they have a lot of food out there. I mean, there's a lot of wild pigs. There's a lot of other animals called agoutis, like a big rats.
Yeah.
And they can climb up a tree. They can eat monkeys, like some white-faced monkeys, if they sleep close to the ground. These pumas can climb up and eat it. So there's a lot to eat there. Why to come here? Where so many humans and before people have been killed in, stay away.
Yeah.
Stay away from these people. So
What
they
about
want-
howler monkeys?
They're howler
Are they here?
Yeah, I mean, there are 3 kinds of monkeys in this forest that sometimes we can see. I mean, we don't see them every day,
Yeah.
but they are in this forest.
When I was down in Malpais along the coast there, you'd hear them in the mornings and at night.
Yeah.
But I haven't never heard them in this area.
They don't make as much noise here as they do in the lower parts of the Costa Rica.
Gotcha.
Here, they're more quiet.
Yeah.
I know, for example, places like in Tortuguero, that's on the Caribbean side, where people, they come from there, they say, oh, these monkeys, we're waking up like at 3 a.m., at 4 a.m. in the morning, making so much loud sounds. You can stay here, you never heard that, and they can be right there.
Yeah.
What happens, I believe, is not scientific proof, it's that in the lower lands, the forests are smaller areas, so they compete more for territories. Some of the reasons why they make the calls is to mark the territory. So we're here, all right, we stay here, you take it easy. Here, there's so much forest, so they can be anywhere, so they don't compete that much maybe for that places to stay. That could be one of the reasons.
Gotcha.
Plus, our monkeys here looks much bigger. Makes it higher,
Oh,
colder,
more food.
maybe more hairy. To survive more in the night times, a little colder.
Yeah.
So you look at howler monkey here, and you look at the howler monkeys in Guanacaste and the low Pacific.
Yeah,
side,
they're little
looks
guys.
Much smaller. Here they looks like a gorillas.
Okay.
Big cheeks, bigger.
Oh,
much,
okay.
Much bigger.
Yeah, I've never seen him here. I've seen him there
Yeah.
really close. I mean, like that close. He was
that
climbing up
close.
a fence one day.
Yeah.
I was walking on a trail by myself.
I wish we could find some, and you will see the difference. They looks much bigger.
Yeah.
It might be an adaptation to a colder climate, so they grow longer hairs to be more protected.
Gotcha. So the first time I ever heard one, I had no idea what it was.
Yeah.
It sounded like King
might be a
Kong.
little scary, huh?
Yes. I thought it was like King
something
Kong.
Large, enormous. They're big, but not that big.
Yeah.
Howler monkeys are pretty. If you're in the jungle and you never heard it before, that'll be like very scary,
Very scary.
especially if you're by yourself. If somebody tells you, okay, that's just a monkey, okay, you'll be fine.
Yes.
But they're very amazing noisy.
It's very peaceful here.
It's the reasons why people come. I mean, it's just to enjoy, just to feel it. Breathe the air. It's so sweet. oxygen. We
Yes.
can say it's clean. It's clean.
It's
oxygen.
clean.
This is what we call roots. These are aerial roots. There's a tree growing on top of that tree, sending these roots down. When the roots reach the ground, they dig in the ground, get water and minerals, and then like a big straw, all the way to the top. So this is a root coming from the top into the ground,
Okay.
opposite to the vines. The vines are climbing up, and the roots are coming from the top down to the ground.
Gotcha.
So they're totally different.
That's something you can cut right for wood.
Aerial roots. This is a good example of those roots. This one has been here, attached to the ground for a long time.
So that last one we just saw, it grows from the top.
That one will be
down.
something like this. Yeah, I touch it and I move it. Look at how flexible.
Yeah.
This is almost like a tree trunk, but it's actually a root that already came from the top into the ground, from a different tree growing on top of this tree. That's the amazing part, because in many other places around the world, they don't have trees growing on trees. Here, if you climb up there, you're going to find two big trees growing together.
Wow. Did
And
not
these
know
roots
that.
come from a different tree.
I know you see orchids and all that in the trees,
There's
but
so much stuff up there. Orchids, bromeliads, mosses, ferns, all kinds of plants. Just to give you
so
an
that's
idea.
why it's good to keep the old dead trees.
Oh yeah.
'Cause
Oh,
they're-
yeah. Because they are holding so much life out there. After this biology I told you about it before, Nalini, every single tree, she called it an ecosystem. And one tree, she found more than 200 species of plants growing on a single tree. 200 different types of plants, just on one single
So
tree.
over 200.
200, probably the whole California and couple states more together, you might find maybe close to the 200 species of plant. Here, just on one tree,
Wow.
you'll find 200 species of plants. That's the rich biodiversity I was talking about before. They find out between the whole United States and Canada combined about 800 species of trees. When I say trees, only the big ones. For example, these ones, that one, not counting the small plants. Here in the cloud forest, I have the book here in my backpack. More than 850 species of trees. Just in Monteverde. More trees here than the whole United States and Canada combined. So that's the biodiversity I'm talking about.
Wow.
And that's the biologists finding out already.
That's impressive.
It's very diverse. When the Quakers came, they would start cutting it down. That happens from 1951 until 1965, more or less. In 1965, a Quaker biologist came to visit the Quaker community. Once he saw the forest, he got in love with it right away. And that's when he convinced the Quaker not to continue cutting it down, but to protect it. And that's when they changed their mind and they start protecting the forest. Because the Quaker biology came. They didn't have the idea of that diversity we
Gotcha.
have here until a biology came. And then after this biology, other came and other, and then make so many studies, and that's what they find out. Look at the clouds coming way up there. See the clouds coming in?
Yep.
That's a typical cloud forest moment. And those clouds normally right here.
Okay.
In the last 15 years, maybe 20 years, the clouds have been moving a little bit higher up and higher up because all this global warming, all these climate changes makes the clouds move higher.
Wow.
But typically, we will have clouds right here, right now, all this cloudy, but not too much anymore because the clouds are coming higher up.
Okay.
And I think it's the same. I heard this year in California they have the driest
Yes,
ever.
the driest
In the last
ever.
50, 100 years, it was very dry. Big fires in some areas.
Yeah, whole lakes
Yes,
have
it was
dried up,
It was too dry.
and they're finding old archaeological things. They even found one thing they found, like a detective lost his gun overboard one time,
Uh-huh.
and they actually found the water receded,
Oh my
and they
gosh.
found the gun, in
Right
the
there.
receded waters. Yeah.
Well, imagine.
So they're finding so much now that
So many
they never
things
saw
that
before.
never been showing up before.
Yes. There are tarantulas around here.
They're tarantulas, yeah.
They come out at night only,
They
or
normally come out at night. In the day, they're living inside holes in the ground. But I can show you one of the entrances of the park later. This is a fruit, and sometimes about a couple months ago, we find the forest floor covered by flowers. This is the fruit now. This is in the kiwi family. It doesn't have much of the fruits right now, but it's very slimy. So they call it snot fruit. See, it's kind of slimy stuff inside there.
Yeah.
So when the fruits that fall, you squeeze it, and all this stuff coming out. So some kids like to eat it. This is one of the fruits we can eat. It's kind of sweet, so people squeeze it and eat the inside part.
Is that-
and they call snot fruit.
so do you pick it off the tree or wait till it falls on the ground?
You can pick it up from the tree.
So
In this case,
it's sweet tasting?
not very sweet, but it's kind of.
Can I taste it or will I get sick?
That's one. No, that one is not good. It's
That's
pretty
an old
dry.
one?
That's not good because it's not. It doesn't have anything inside. Let me show
It's
you.
by the trail. People might have stepped on
I'm
it.
trying to find a one that is a little better. Maybe these ones. Still not good. It's only when they're really ripe. See, this one's a little ripe.
Can I try that?
You try a little bit if you want it. Like take it from there, from the top.
Take it, just squeeze it?
You squeeze it and you try maybe with your finger and put it in your mouth. Just try a little bit like that. Exactly. Might be not very sweet because these branch fall up, but I mean when they're really ripe, they're really sweet.
Gotcha.
And the people just squeeze it like that and take it in. It's full of seeds.
So it's like candy.
It's not really candy, but I mean it's edible.
Yeah.
It's edible, and look at that.
Oh, gotcha.
And these are all the little seeds. So birds kind of eat this stuff, and then they drop the seeds somewhere else.
Nice.
So snot fruit.
Snot fruit.
Exactly. That's the common name for this. It's kiwi family. Same family as kiwi. So it's very, feels kind of funny. So the tree's up here somewhere, up above our head. This tree right up here. You can see the fruits up there. So if you can climb up there and get the good ripe ones, these are ripening, but not really the best time because the branch was break off.
Gotcha.
So the fruit's not really ripe on the right time. It ripened because it's forcing to be ripe, but it's not the best time yet.
So it's not low lying, it's up there.
It's up there. When you can pick it up from there and the fruit is ripe, it's the best time. Means it's ripening at the right time. This is ripening in different timing because the branches break off. It's forced to ripe. Somebody break it, the wind, maybe a monkey break it up there, I don't know. Just the branch fall down before it's supposed to. Snot fruit. Kind of funny when we tell the people when the flowers are here, I tell, that's from snot tree. What do you mean snot tree? Well, they produce snot fruits. So now I'm showing you the fruits before I show the people the flowers. Snot.
You get spider monkeys up here.
Spiders, white-faced monkeys, and howler monkeys.
Now, white-faced monkeys, they're a little mischievous, aren't they?
Cappuccinos are white-faced, yeah. A little kind of curious monkeys and very mean too sometimes. They can get a little mean to you. They have big fangs here and they go like, so they're mean guys. Some places, like if you go to Manuel Antonio National Park on the Pacific, they're very friendly kind of.
Because the tourists or?
The tourists give them food.
Yes.
So they come into the backpacks and take your food out of there.
Or cell phones.
So they come like cell phones as well. They come right there, asking or looking for food. And that's not really good. People feed them too much. And there are some other people here. Yesterday I was doing a tour here, and we saw one of the most beautiful birds in America called the quetzal. The quetzal is the national bird of Guatemala, and it's a bird with the green long tails. They're beautiful, beautiful colors. And we saw one in this area yesterday, so that's why they're right here trying to see if they can find the quetzal bird.
Gotcha.
The quetzal, 80% of his diet is avocados, but these avocados, I'm talking about small avocados. We call it aguacatillos. That means little avocados. So that's why they're expecting that maybe the quetzal will come around. So they can wait maybe 1 hour here, 45 minutes here. If they really wanted to see it, they have to wait even longer for seeing the bird, which is known as one of the most beautiful birds in America. It's green with the long tails, red belly. Is so beautiful bird. I think I have a picture here to show you. This picture probably not the best, but this is how they look. So this bird from here to here can be 3 feet, almost a meter long, and he has a bright red belly, and he has all these green, can be blue, turquoise, different color depending on the light. So they have what we call an iridescent colors. And this is how the females look like. The females is not as beautiful as males, so but that's the quetzal, national bird of Guatemala. And they're looking and looking, expecting to see it. This is how you write it, quetzal.
Yeah.
Resplendent means like iridescent.
Okay.
So you can see like the same bird on 10 different branches. It's like you're looking at 10 different quetzales because one is blue, and the next branch is green, and the next branch is black because not too much light. So all depends on the light. The feathers like a little scales, so they reflect the light back. It's one of the most beautiful birds in America, not in the world, because in the world there are all the birds that are so pretty.
Yeah.
And the little bird we saw out there, the banana quit. But I tell you, banana quit. What is the banana quit here? It should be somewhere close by here. Oh, here it is. This little guy. that he was carrying a piece of leaf to make it banana wheat.
Mm.
Seeing birds take a lot of time, takes a lot of patience.
Patience.
Like these people have to be very patient. I think the guy saw some because he's trying to get the telescope. This is the avocado tree right up here on the left, the upper tree. And if you look inside the branches, there are very small fruits. That's what the avocados are. ¿Qué llegó, man?
Sí, hembra.
Oh, man.
Pero final. Well, you can.
I see him. I see her. She's beautiful. She's gorgeous. Oh my God. Wow. Hombre. See, if I didn't say we knew the avocados, you wouldn't have looked. See? Wow. Oh my God.
She's beautiful.
She's gorgeous.
Está escondida en el aguacate, ¿no?
Sí, man.
Oh, please.
Mira, vea, porque vean, man. Yo no sé ni cómo la
Está
veo.
buenísima. Ahí estaba el macho ayer metido, man. Ahí está.
This is what we're going for. I just said to him, well, he's feeling the avocado. He forgot.
So you came all the way to Costa Rica to see this beautiful bird?
Frío, man. Jesus. Super. Man, no, que lo vean de aquí.
Look at her.
And they get some pictures.
Yes, thank you. So, all the gorgeous color of her.
Yes. You can see the blue, you can see
Because the sun is shining out.
Because the sun is shining.
Son fiorísimos, ¿verdad?
Más, sí.
Wow. You have your phone.
Sí,
I
lo
have my
tiene
phone.
puesto,
Yes,
¿no?
I have my phone. So you think I can find it on the binoculars?
Yeah, digital.
You guys, I got it here. Not a best view, but I got it. You can see through the branches, the colors. Just try